building a real estate portfolio is as much about buying properties as being a de facto entrepreneur. I'm Karina Ufinger. I'm a multi property investor, rental management company CEO, and also a landlord coach. I'm going to show you the systems and knowledge you need to thrive as a real estate entrepreneur. From your first property purchase to building a portfolio of passive income where you work less than 5 hours a week, you'll learn the essential information and skills to build a profitable portfolio and live the life you truly want. Whether you are well on your journey or just starting out, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Landlord Chick Podcast. Hey everyone. So this episode is going to be a little different. Last year, I believe it was in the spring, I was asked to give a eulogy at a Zoom celebration of life for a colleague. The widow asked me if I would be willing to speak not necessarily about her husband personally, but more about lessons from the pandemic and personally and professionally. So I decided recently when I stumbled upon what I had written in my Google Drive that this would make a pretty decent podcast. So what I've done is I've taken that eulogy and 95% of it is exactly how I wrote it, but I've tweaked just a few minor things for the purpose of this podcast. So this, you could say, is an open letter to investors that are listening to this podcast, entrepreneurs, world changers, whoever's listening to this, and take it as a personal letter from me to each and every one of you. 2022. When I was a kid, I thought our lives would be exactly like displayed in Back to the Future 2. We'd have flying cars and hoverboards would be the preferred method of travel on city sidewalks. We'd have amazing smart appliances we could talk to and would probably do much more than they can even our current reality. I guess much to my childhood disappointment, technology and lifestyle didn't progress that way. That doesn't mean that 2022 won't be exciting and that it isn't. We've all learned a lot of lessons over the past 2 years. Some of them are professional, but most of them are probably personal. If you are anything like me, you've learned new things about yourself, like new hobbies or unfulfilled desires. After all, at least for a few months, we've had plenty of time to think about that. Maybe you learned not to hesitate to tell the ones you love, including friends, that you love them. Many of us have lost loved ones that we would kill to have the opportunity to tell them one last time that we love them, or to even tell them for the first time. That one last hug, that one last conversation. Maybe you've learned not to take for granted things like full store shelves or the ability to get our cars fixed quickly. We've learned a lot about ourselves personally. And hopefully, each and every one of us is better for every lesson. Yet, professionally as a whole, as investors, we've been reminded that while this is a business, it's a business with strong people connections. Our chosen profession makes a direct impact on people's lives. Hopefully, for those of us that needed to do this, we brought the human element back to what we do. We're not robots, and our tenants aren't items that are stored on a shelf. They're human beings with their own lives, their own desires, their own frustrations. We need to remind ourselves of that every once in a while. But yet, we do still have to operate like this is a business. There have been other lessons as well for us as investors. Maybe you've adjusted the net income you require per unit when you evaluate a property. Maybe you've made or written arrears policy with clear guidelines and fair expectations on both your side and the tenants. Or even better, maybe you looked at the passing months and said, I've got to buckle down and get serious. Whatever the lessons are that you think you've learned over the past 2 years, don't lose them. Don't forget them as time goes by. Remind yourself of those lessons and those action plans that you mapped out in your head in between episodes of The Walking Dead or Breaking Bad on Netflix. Make every week count to creating the life that you imagined as a kid or a better one. I may not have the ability to create flying cars, nor do I have Elon Musk on speed dial, but I do have the ability to create the life that I want in other ways. I can travel the world if I make the time and set my passive income up correctly. I can be available to my family in a pinch if I can continue to be successful as an entrepreneur and investor. These are all within my grasp if I actually take action, consistent action with focus, never forgetting the lessons I've learned, never forgetting to express appreciation and love for others, and never forgetting that I am the person that can change my own life and my own destiny.